What's up guys, I'm Kevin. This is my 1997 328 IS. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about how it's currently set up, what I plan to do, and how it all started. So I originally bought this car for 1,800 bucks off of a used car dealer in Cleveland. I was a longtime Audi enthusiast and I wanted something that was rear-wheel drive, manual, and really cheap. So E36 was the perfect option for that. Before my Audi 200 that you saw in the Winter Beater Challenge series, this was my original daily driver and Winter Beater before that. It had a whole bunch of E36 problems, door handles, window regulators. It overheated at one point and cracked the head. So I just decided to turn it into a race car. Welded the diff, and ever since then, it's just been a dedicated track car. So I originally said I was gonna boost the car this year. Right now it's pretty stock and boring, so we're gonna change that up. But I'll take a look at how it's currently set up with all the stock stuff. So under the hood, we have an M52 B28. It's pretty much stock performance-wise, other than a DIY intake and a gutted exhaust. I cleaned up the bay a little bit. I removed the secondary air pump and relocated the coolant tank with an E30 coolant tank back where that used to sit. Got rid of the washer tank completely and deleted the AC. Right now I'm running a OEM Volvo fan, which takes place of the factory clutch fan, which is pretty well known to be garbage. So that keeps it pretty cool. We're gonna switch out the radiator from this old beat up one to a new CSF radiator. So as far as power outers go, we're gonna go with the Active Autowerke Level 1 Supercharger kit, which normally isn't intercooled, but we're gonna add an intercooler anyway, just to keep IATs down on the track. The kit comes with all the brackets, bolts, supercharger, injectors, tune, everything you need to basically just bolt it on. So that's gonna be coming up soon. We're gonna do eBay headers with that, and we're gonna do a before and after dyno to see how it does. So as far as steering and suspension stuff, I'm running a pretty basic setup. We have Turner monoball F-cabs, E46 control arms, and I'm actually being the test mule for the Turner Motorsport roll center correction plates, angle kit, quick steer setup. So that's gonna get you a little bit more angle, not a ton. It still runs into the inside of the control arm over here. But it's a pretty good setup for what I need, and it gets the job done for now. So you'll notice I don't have an exhaust currently on the car right now. I'm planning on making a new one anyway, but I didn't put it back on after I took the transmission out. Wanted to get a head start on the clutch and flywheel because the clutch that was in there was the one I bought it with, and the car had about 200,000 miles on it. So I've been driving on a clutch that was unknown, drifting on it, clutch kicking it, and I just had no idea how long it was gonna last. It's held up to this point, but it was time for an upgrade. So we got the trans out, and we went with a South Bend Stage 2 E34 M5 clutch with a 6-puck disc, and that's gonna mate up to our ECS tuning single mass lightweight flywheel. Both of those are gonna bolt right up to the M52 crank and be able to take all the abuse that I'm gonna throw at it with clutch kicks and launches and things like that. So everything in the rear end is super basic. All we have is welded diff, ECS poly bushings. At one point I took the subframe out and did the subframe reinforcements so they don't rip out of the body like every other E36 does. Other than that, I cut out the spare tire well just for some weight reduction. As you can see, my hot boy lights up there. So the exterior is pretty rough on this car. Got a couple bangs and bruises from tandems, a couple bangs and bruises from wall taps, a couple pieces that are drift stitched on now because my exhaust fell off. Completely different trunk lid because the old one got smashed up. So it is what it is. Makes me go a little harder because I don't care about it. So the exterior is also missing a bunch of trim pieces. Luckily we have this full wide body kit from Street Fighter LA that covers up all the sections that I don't have trim for. So we're gonna be changing up the wheels a little bit. We're gonna be running the Alzor 040s, 18 by 10 in the back, doing 18 by 8 in the front. Hopefully that's enough to fill out the wide body. Might need some spacers and on top of that, but it's gonna look pretty sweet, nice and wide, big fiberglass pieces, and it'll cover up a lot of the damage and ugly bits I have underneath. So the interior of the car is super basic, just stripped out E36 pretty much. The most notable thing is the cage. This was the first cage I've ever built. Learned a whole bunch of things in the process. I would definitely make some changes, but it's gonna get the job done for now. In preparation for putting the cage in, I stripped everything out. We took all the wires out we didn't need. Sunroof got deleted. I gutted everything behind the dash, including the HVAC unit that used to go right behind here. They used to have the center vents and the control unit. So we replaced that with a water temp gauge, party light switches, little defrost thing. We're gonna add AFR gauge, boost pressure, and oil pressure since we're putting the supercharger in. Other than that, we have one of my first TIG projects here, the handbrake that goes all the way almost to the mirror, but we're gonna replace that with a nice IRP unit. Sticks with the black and gold theme and looks a lot better. Out back we have a fire extinguisher just in case. So you never know when things are gonna get spicy. All right guys, so that pretty much covers everything I've done in this car over the past few years. It's been fun, but I'm ready for more power for sure. Next time you see this car, it's gonna be a lot faster, a lot wider. So follow along with the build and comment below with what you think it's gonna make on the dyno with the supercharger.